For daily ask credit, when you were a kid, what was a sign that a kid you knew came from a family that had money? He bought everyone snacks all the time and never asked that they pay him back. I swear the kid spent about $500 a year on us in colas. When I taught at a private school I had a student like that. I swear he had a crisp new $20 bill every day to buy chips and candy and whatnot for his friends at lunch. He was also picked up by his 16-year-old sister in her hybrid vehicle. They had fancy vacations or even several vacations each year. I hated first days of school when the teachers would ask everyone what they did over the summer and you had Ducking Page over there who went to Europe and Connor who went all around the United States, and the most I did was maybe get froyo if I was lucky. Yeah, like everyone's. Just like I went to the Bahamas, oh same. Yeah, I went to Greece, and then the teachers like what did you do? And I was like I played video games all summer. This is a really specific example, but I was in 5th grade and all the 5th grade classes were competing for a pizza party. The class that donated the most money to this glass jar each classroom had would get the pizza party. As an adult I understand how weird and sketchy that sounds having elementary kids donate money to their public school, but it's been a couple of decades now, and I didn't question it considering how often we had to do fundraising and go sell stuff to neighbors and extended network. It was the last day and my class was in 2nd place. This one kid asked how far behind we were, and the teacher said something like $15 as of the beginning of the day. This kid pulled out his checkbook and wrote a check for $50 to go in the jar, just to cover all bases regarding the other class. I mean, for $50, that kid could have just thrown us a pizza party, but in 5th grade it seemed pretty cool. There were different cues for levels of wealth. I thought I was pretty well off as I could ask for and get the big box of Crayola crayons with a sharpener and my shoes were bought new. When I got a scholarship to a prep school, I learned that wealthier families traveled during school breaks. The most ridiculously wealthy kids got brand new cars for passing their driving test. The cars were replaced once damaged. Those cars always got damaged too. There's one town near me where all the rich kids come from, and they all have a story about totaling their brand new car right after getting their license. That reminded me of a kid who totaled his car twice and still got a new car. He once said in front of our high school teacher, "I don't know of any cars under 75k. This was more than what the teacher was making in an entire year. When she told me her family was down to earth because they only had the housekeeper come once a week. Never had a housekeeper personally, but looked into it when it was me and my roommate living together because we were lazy AF. It's actually not crazy expensive to have someone come for a few hours to clean once a week. Not rich money anyways. We still didn't do it, cause we were not only lazy but cheap too. As a young kid, it was their clothes, lunches, and general appearance. They kind of stood out from us legions of poorer kids at the school. We ate the hot lunch at a reduced or free rate. They brought in neat sandwiches, individual bags of chips, high C, and Little Debbie or Hostess desserts. There was a girl in my elementary school I don't think I ever saw wear the same outfit twice, and they were nice clothes, not hand-me-downs from mom, which put our yard sale and homemade clothes to shame. Holy crap, this is so real. My family didn't have too much growing up, and I had just transferred out of a public school and got a partial scholarship to go to a private middle school/high school. My parents thought lunch prices were going to be the same, so I received $5 a week for food. We didn't have money, so I never wanted to tell my parents that $5 a week wasn't enough. So I just waited until the end of the school day so that I could walk to McDonald's for a $1 McChicken or McDouble because school lunches were $5 minimum for a mini plate. I had 2 friends help me throughout my rough financial time in high school. They saw that I would never eat at school and basically fed me without pitying me. One friend would order more than he could eat and would always ask me if I could do him the favor of finishing his food so it doesn't go to waste. The other friend would do things like, hey, I'll bet you lunch you can't do this. And it'd be something simple, like you have 3 shots to shoot this paper ball into the trash can, or ace to drink this water bottle first, or even just I'll buy you lunch if you walk to the cafeteria with me. I didn't really realize too much when I was younger, and I thought they were just rich and were careless with their money. It turns out they took notice to the fact that I didn't eat at school. They told me in college that they always saw me with nothing at lunch, and when we hung out after school, I would only buy the one McChicken/McDouble, and I would still be asking friends for the 10 cents I needed for tax. These were the first friends I've made before I even knew the true value of money, and they are still 2 of my best friends to this day.